Hey guys, this is John, and I'm playing nino-dg in the 5-minute pool on ICC. I'm opening with a double king pawn, and let's play a Berlin. And we'll see if he goes into the Berlin endgame. He chooses not to. You know what? Let's do something experimental. Usually I play bishop c5 in this case, but I'll play for g6, and we'll put the bishop on g7. I think maybe... Let's just play g6 right away. There's no harm in doing this. Just a little concerned if they play an immediate d4 while I still haven't castled yet, because then d5 would be on the table for him, but I don't think it works out too well. Okay, let's just castle. So often the plan in this scenario is to play like King's Indian style, like move the knight and then push the f-pawn. It might change a little bit now that he's played d4. I think I should probably just play bishop d7 against this. Could also take and then play a6 maybe. Gives him the center though. Nah, let's just play bishop d7. So if there's like mass exchanges, like let's say bishop takes c6, bishop takes c6, he takes e5, I'm not losing a pawn because e4 is weakly defended. It's only defended by the rook, so I won't lose that pawn in the center. Nino-dg from Argentina. Okay, knight here, that's a standard move. Let's play rook e8. So that way if knight f1, I can play e takes d4. That's disruptive to his normal scheme of development because he hasn't put the knight on g3 yet. His pawn on e4 will be insufficiently defended. And this kind of reminds me of some mainline Ruy Lopez's, like the closed Ruy Lopez. Like I played the Zaitsev variation, for instance, and it's a little similar to that. Okay, let's play knight e7. And if he trades bishops, I'll take with this knight. And maybe I can get in that f5 move that I was alluding to. I have to be careful. I don't want to play it right away because if f5, immediately he has knight g5. So I got to be heads up about that. a4. Is it worth throwing in a5? Or should I just let him kind of do his thing on the queen side? If a5, he might play b4 anyways. Maybe my move is not preventing that, per se. Let's just play h6. There might have been a tactical point. Maybe I could have played f5 right away, and if knight g5, knight takes d5, opening up my queen. So that might have been a possibility. All right, let's just go ahead and play this way. So if he maintains the tension with these pawns, I am going to play my knight to f6. He takes. Okay, so I have a choice. Take with the pawn or the knight. I think taking with the pawn is better to deny his knight the e4 square. If I had taken with my knight, he gets into e4. It's a pretty nice scenario for him. But now this pawn might be a little bit cut off from the rest of his structure. He might even want to play c4 to rectify that. Plays knight f1. Well, knight f6 would be natural. I think he will play that c4 move, though. Knight g6 makes some sense. I probably don't want to play e4 because you get some squares to work with. Let's just go ahead and do knight f6. If c4, I might play c6 and just try to knock down the center. Maybe I'll do that. Also, I kind of want to prevent his knight from coming out to g3. This is an annoying square for his knight to land on. But if I play f4, again, the e4 point has become a pain to guard. Okay, I'm going to play c6. And if he takes it, I'll probably just take with my pawn, although maybe then c5 is possible. I might take with the knight. Either way, this pawn is going to go. We're going to get rid of it. I guess he could maybe play knight e3 to defend it, but then I have f4. So I'm pretty sure he'll take. Yeah, let's take with the knight. Pawn takes c5, I didn't like that possibility for him. Okay, so he's angling for the square. He's also hitting my pawn. The a5 pawn is hanging. But so is f5. So I can't exactly take that. Okay. We'll be solid. We'll defend that pawn. Time-wise, we're about even. The next minute or so will be really important on the clocks. The minute for us both, really, respectively. Because if someone takes a long think, that can really set them up negatively for the coming time scramble, if there is one. I think I like queen f7 now. Ooh, that might hang the d6 pawn. Rook d8. He's threatening bishop takes h6. Okay, let's just do this. Guess I'll pre-move that. He might be able to take and then play a6, though. I guess I'd have to play like queen e6 then to guard. Because knight takes f6, queen takes f6, a6. If I take with the pawn, he has queen d5 check, and he'll pick up this knight on c6. Let's see if he notices it. I think if a6, I have to play queen e6 to guard the d5 square. And then hope that after a takes b7, rook b8, I can just pick up this pawn and restore material equality. Okay, he didn't notice it, so that's good. Let's just play here. Centralize the rook, maybe e4 to come. Okay, queen f7, getting out of this pressure, hitting this pawn. Okay, so I survived a mini scare there. Maybe I can play d5 and get rid of this backward pawn. Built up about a 30-second time edge. Like I said, that's going to be significant. I don't want to slow down now. He seems a little uncertain. I think I can take, right? Maybe he's going to go queen a4. Okay, we'll play b6 instead. Plays queen a4 anyways. Knight e7, maneuver this over to the queen side. I think it's a decent plan, like g6, and then at least I'll be in range of f4 then. He might want to play g3 to stop me from doing anything. He does. All right, how to get through. Let's go here. I don't think the rook is doing anything on the e-file at this point. I'm kind of pinning some of my hopes on f4. He brings his queen in. Knight e7. Nah. All right, we're going f4. I'm expecting knight d2. Wow, he pushes past. Didn't think he would play that move, but maybe it makes sense. Okay, what to do? Let's go here. And then I'm going to play knight e7. And he offers a trade. Okay. Fair enough. Let's get our king up. Use it to assist in the defense. Ooh, if rook e1, I have e4. That's nice. Let's go here then. Yeah, he's maneuvering his knight nicely. Okay, I'm going to be kind of passively placed now. See if we can go h5. Is he going to play g5? He does. Go attack that pawn. All right, I'm taking that.
Time warning.
Okay, let's take here. Get in check. Going after that guy.
Check.
This guy's playing really fast. He's playing with a sense of urgency.
Check. Check.
Right, let's give it a check. Okay. Yeah, I'm losing this now. He just outplayed me in the time scramble. I'm going to resign. He's queening. Yeah. Once he got that knight d2 to e4 transfer in, my position was pretty bad. I don't know. I think once I play f4, I've kind of made my bed. The position is statically worse for me. The light squares are atrocious. I mean, he's got complete control over e4 and d5. Might be tough. Let's go back and have a look at it. So I play the Berlin from time to time. It's been a while since I played the Berlin on this channel. And this is one nice line you can play with d6. It just kind of spices it up. Like bishop c5 is definitely the main move, but d6, g6 like makes it kind of interesting. So I think all this is like pretty normal looking. Yeah, the alternative was taking on d4 and then playing like a6, for instance. Or maybe bishop g4. The engine likes this move. Idea, bishop takes f3, and if the queen takes, then we've diverted his defense of the d-pawn. So that's a possibility. But I just played to keep this pawn on e5. And as I was saying, like if he tries to win the e5 pawn, it's not going to turn out well because I have knight takes e4. And then I have the bishop pair in an open position. Should be good. So here, this is possible. Yeah, I didn't notice that tactic. That's a nice one. Exploiting the undefended bishop. And if he takes here, we take here
Check.
in between move, followed by taking his bishop, and we want a clean pawn. So I suppose the crucial line then would be knight takes d4, pawn takes d4. Again, his bishop's undefended. So he takes, and then we could simply take with our knight, and our bishop is defending the d-pawn. Yeah, that's a nice trick to keep in mind. I'll have to remember that for this variation. Knight takes d4. Now he plays d5, so this is how the position can start to resemble like a King's Indian type of structure, because the center is closed, and you have this characteristic black playing on the king side versus white playing on the queen side game. So I'm trying to arrange f5, he's trying to swamp me with like the a, b, c pawns. Yeah, and I wonder, I maybe could have played f5 right away. I was worried about knight g5, but I wonder if this move works with the discovered attack. Oh, I guess it's still dangerous because he can go here defending his knight. And if I move my knight, then queen b3 might be an issue. Well, I guess I have d5, pawn takes, knight c5, hitting the queen. The computer still doesn't like it though. E takes f5, g takes f5, knight e3, and maybe my structure's a bit loose. Knight e3 hits this pawn and also makes queen b3 a big threat. So probably good I did throw in h6. He played a5, I went f5. I took with a pawn because, like I said, in these structures, if you have to take with the knight and then their knight can settle into e4, generally that's a bit better for white. I've been on the white side of some classical King's Indians where this happens, and you're never like that upset about it. And also, white has a higher margin of safety, so taking with the g-pawn is more dynamic. You kind of keep options open with both pawns. I must confess that I don't have a lot of experience with this sort of pawn structure from the black side, so I was just kind of playing it by feel. And I decided to undermine this center pawn because I didn't really see my e and f pawns like going anywhere. The problem is, like, as soon as you advance one, you create like weak squares instantly. Like as you saw in the game when I played f4, I can no longer control e4 very well. And same thing here if I advance my e pawn. Like he gets into d4, and this could just be a disaster real quick on the light squares, e6 and f5. So there's somewhat of a conundrum as to what to do with those pawns, even though they look nice and they control a lot of central territory. Played c6. Maybe I should just play queen d7, play like a tidy move, connect my rooks, and wait to make a pawn break. I think he might have missed an opportunity coming up. Maybe I should have taken with the pawn, but I didn't like c5. This is like a typical stroke to try to upset a pawn structure. So he's attacking the base of the structure, this mini structure, d6 and e5. And by attacking the base, he might be able to win e5. The computer says this position's fine, but I mean, outwardly, my structure is a mess. Like every single one of my pawns is isolated. The computer probably thinks that black has enough play to justify it, but I mean, in a blitz game, I look at this line, I'm probably going to dismiss it for black, as I did. So I took with the knight. He went here. That was annoying because I have to defend my f5 pawn. He brought his knight into d5. I went queen f7. This seems to be a mistake. Yeah, and I just really wasn't quite sure what to do. I'd rather be white here, so I'm worse. I didn't really want to take because he gets to take with the queen with check. But maybe this is a viable option. I don't know. Rook e6 or maybe queen e6. Queen e6, he still has this a6 move. Okay. Rook e6, I guess, is okay. Maybe knight e7 to come to kick his queen out of there. But I went here, and I think he missed this a6 move. Yeah, I was commenting that I was scared of this. Point being, if b takes a6, queen d5 check, forking the king and the knight. So I was planning on playing against a6, queen e6, a takes b7, rook a b8, and hoping to corral this pawn, but he's probably got some, whoops, not there, not queen d4, queen d5. He probably has some play. Take, knight b4, take a7. Yeah, still a task to win this pawn. So he played bishop d2. I went rook a d8. I feel like white is still a tiny bit better, just it seems a bit easier to handle his position. He also has 2 pawn islands to my 3. Like, that's an advantage, albeit a small one, but it is something that he can hang his hat on. So now he played a6. I played b6. You know, and with the time situation, like he was at a minute, I was feeling pretty confident, especially when I saw this plan of like going and bothering him on the king side. I thought he might react poorly to this because he's low on time and I'm attacking him on an area of the board where he doesn't want me to. But yeah, I mean, my opponent played well from here, I think. g3, I thought that move also was good just to keep the knight mainly out of the f4 square. Okay, so e4 would have been decent here. I guess maybe my knight can come to e5 after kicking the knight away. I didn't think about that. Yeah, e5 would be a good square, all else being equal, because I would attack c4, and also I would eye that f3 square. Okay, what did I play? I played like something. I think I played rook f8 here. Yeah, rook f8. He got into c6. Again, e4 is a good move. I played f4 instead. Yeah, and g4, I underestimated this reply. I thought I might have something just because this pawn looks weak, but in reality, he can reinforce it on the next move almost no matter what. And his queen controlling all these squares and also simply trying to go queen d5 and then trade the queens and do the knight e4, knight d2 to e4 maneuver. That was very quick strategic thinking from him. And now I'm solidly worse because my minor pieces are worse. He's got this easy plan. d6 is a backward pawn. My pawn structure is immobilized. It's pretty miserable right here, unless I have some sort of active move or some sort of resource that's going to get me out of this. So best move according to the engine is rook fe8. And again, he can't double because I play e4, forking the rook and the knight. What if bishop b4 again? Knight c6 is winning? Oh, okay, because I'm hitting the bishop, and also since my rook is here now, e4 could come after he tends to the bishop. Yeah, okay. But I played king f7. I just wanted to get my king close to the pawn. Unfortunately, I had to play knight back to c8 to guard d6. That was annoying. Because if I go here, I thought knight d4 was very good for him, exploiting the pinned e-pawn. And then maybe his knight can even get into b5, where it would hit both, like say, king back, knight b5. It hits both of these pawns. This has got to be losing for me. It's just a matter of time. You see the effect that this a6 pawn has in the endgame. When he pushed that pawn way back on move 23, and I pushed past b6, I'm not happy about that in the long run because he's so close to promotion. I mean, a lot of endgames, he's just right there, as you saw. Like, I didn't even have a chance with my h-pawn as played. Yep, now I'm down on time and I have a much worse position. And that pretty much sealed my fate. I tried to get something going on the king side, but he was undeterred. h5, g5. I played h4 to stop him from going h4. Took this pawn. I think he even missed a win somewhere soon here. Maybe not. Oh, okay, I thought he had a tactic here, but I guess not. I was thinking he had, like, take and then, like, bishop takes e5. That works, though, doesn't it? I guess I can throw this in. I don't know if I would have seen that in the game. And then take him on d6 after this. I'm not sure. I definitely didn't plan that, but he played bishop c7 instead.
Check.
Maybe I should have just stuck the rook on g3 and just said, you know, I'm going right for the h-pawn. If you want to take it, at least I get like a protected pass pawn. Maybe that would have made it more interesting.
Check.
As played, I had to go like to h2 and then to...
Check.
I'm better at this point? Interesting. Computer says I'm a lot better here. Well, I guess that's not out of the question. So e4 would have been strong, huh? F takes e4, f3, threatening f2 with the pin. Ah, okay. I mean, so low on time, it's just tough, but he found a good plan of, like, snaking his bishop in and attacking this a7 pawn. I tried to do something with my knight, but by the time this happens, I'm already busted, I think. Maybe rook a7 would have been, or rook h7 here would have been better to defend this, but hard to consider that. And he kept up the pace too. He didn't allow any tricks. And now his a pawn is simply too dangerous. This is what I was talking about earlier. Like, that a6 move was an investment in his future in an endgame.
Check.
Provides counterplay.
Check.
So back and forth game with chances for both sides, I suppose, but he managed it a little bit better down the stretch. I think mainly thanks to the ease of this plan and my difficulty in finding a plan to counter his when he got his knight to e4. All right, hope you guys enjoyed this game. I'll be back tomorrow with another Blitz video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.